Every year, billions of taxpayer dollars are sent abroad in the name of aid and development. But where does this money actually go? Is it truly helping those in need, or is it fueling corruption, waste, and secretive political agendas? Today, we uncover the shocking reality behind USAID, an agency accused of mismanagement, fraud, and questionable global influence. Misuse of funds and wasteful spending. Foreign aid is supposed to uplift struggling nations, but USAID's spending tells a different story. $1.5 million was reportedly spent on LGBT workplace inclusion programs in Serbia, a country with little impact on global human rights progress. $2.5 million was allocated to build electric vehicle chargers in Vietnam, a nation where the majority of people still rely on motorcycles. $6 million was funneled into tourism promotion in Egypt, while its citizens continue to struggle with poverty. Even more disturbingly, hundreds of millions of dollars meant to stop Afghan poppy cultivation allegedly ended up supporting the drug trade, ultimately benefiting the Taliban. If foreign aid is about helping people, why is so much of it going to projects that serve little purpose? Multiple smaller DEI projects, $70,000 for a DEI-themed musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru, $2 million to support sex change initiatives and LGBT activism in Guatemala. Widespread corruption and fraud. USAID has been accused of being a breeding ground for fraud, mismanagement, and backdoor deals. Tech mogul Elon Musk and Doge insiders have labeled USAID a criminal organization beyond repair. Investigations have revealed that contracts and grants were awarded without transparency, leading to widespread corruption. Huge sums of money have reportedly disappeared into ghost projects, initiatives that exist only on paper but never produce real results. Is this really aid, or is it just an elaborate money laundering operation disguised as charity? Funding of political agendas and foreign meddling. While USAID claims to be a humanitarian organization, some argue it operates as a political weapon. Funds purportedly designated for democracy promotion have been accused of being diverted toward efforts that destabilize or even attempt regime change in targeted countries. Media influence and conflicts of interest. There are claims that USAID has subsidized media subscriptions to help shape favorable narratives. Critics note the irony that some politicians vocally protesting USAID's operations are simultaneously recipients of its funds, raising serious conflict of interest questions. If true, this means USAID isn't just about helping people, it's about controlling them. The loudest critics are often the biggest beneficiaries. They claim to stand against foreign influence, but their real fear: losing the very funds that sustain them. The same politicians protesting outside the USAID building are the ones who have been benefiting from its money all along. A performance for the cameras, a deception for the people. Because in this game, the loudest critics are often the biggest beneficiaries.
The so-called whistleblowers in the White House was actually a CIA analyst, and in that whistleblower's complaint, which led to the impeachment, one of the central pieces of evidence was created by a USAID-funded and controlled organization called the OCCRP.
Foreign aid is supposed to be a force for good, but when money is wasted, when corruption goes unchecked, and when agendas take priority over people, we have to ask, who is USAID really serving? The truth remains buried beneath layers of bureaucracy, but one thing is clear: the American people deserve answers. Billions of taxpayer dollars are at stake, and the world is watching.